Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to compare Montana and BA Montana and see the differences. Well, we're going to start with BA Montana here, and then we'll load out a screen here. As you can see, it's got an engine boost, which is the only notable difference, and it's got a catapult fighter, and it's only got 6 of those instead of the spotter plane, and it has enhanced secondary targeting. But everything else is the same except for the custom skin, and then I got the Pearl Harbor flag on there. And then specs, they're 96,300 hit points, 37% torpedo reduction, fire resistance 32%. Main battery, 406mm Mark 7 4x3, so that's 12 16-inch guns, 18.7 kilometer range, 26.6 second reload. 34.6 second turret traverse, shell grouping is 1.97, max range vertical dispersion 117.1 meters, max range horizontal dispersion 195.1 meters, and then max range vertical dispersion 35.6 meters, and then max range horizontal dispersion 39.4 meters, 5400 HE shell damage, muzzle velocity 820 meters per second, fire setting chance 36%, armor penetration 68mm for HE shells. AP shell damage initial is 13,900, but Azure Lane, New Jersey, it's 15,012. 762 meters per second, muzzle velocity 848mm, armor penetration at point blank range. At max range it's 501mm, and then minimum ricochet angle is 45 degrees, guaranteed ricochet angle is 60 degrees, 33-second fuse timer, and you have to penetrate 68mm armor for the shells to detonate. Okay, and then you guys can go ahead and take a look over all that. And then we'll go to the secondaries here in a minute, which this ship has enhanced secondaries compared to the original Montana. That's one thing I do like about it. Okay, firing range for the 127mm Mark 1s, there's 10x2 of those, 6 kilometers, 4-second reload, 1 shell grouping, 372 meter, max range vertical dispersion, horizontal dispersion is 372 meters, and then max range on both of those is 223.2 meters. HE shell damage 808 meters per second, muzzle velocity 9% chance set fire, 21mm of armor penetration. Not too bad. And then we'll get to AA here in a minute, which is it's set at 100. I really don't see no point in using turret traverse as a mod. I just use AA defense. 127mm Mark 41, 10x2 of those, 131 damage per second, firing range 6.2 kilometers. 20mm Oracle Mark 4, 20x1 of those, and then it's 131 damage per second, 2.4 kilometer range. And then the 20mm Orlicons Mark 20. There's 2 of those in each of those mounts, 131 damage per second, 2.4 kilometer range. 40mm Bofors Mark II, 20x4, there's 4 of those in those gun sets, 40mm, 383 damage, 4.2 kilometer range. Not too shabby. And you guys can go ahead and pause, look over it in more depth if you would like. Okay, maneuverability, 28.8 knot speed, turning circle is 950 meters, 13.5 second rudder shift time, 23 second engine spool up time, reverse engine spool up time is 11 seconds, engine power multiplier speed threshold 7 knots, reverse engine power multiplier speed threshold 9 knots. Concealment is 13.5 kilometers. Detectability by sea after fire main guns, it's 18.7 kilometers. When ship is on fire, it's 15.5 kilometers. Detectability by air is 11.4 kilometers. After firing the main guns, it's 19.5 kilometers. Detectability after being set on fire is 14.4 kilometers. 2 kilometer detectability range guaranteed, and then after firing main guns and smoke, it's 15.2 kilometers. And then the armor is the good stuff, which of course you get a 32mm bow, 32mm aft and aft deck, both are 32mm. And yeah, I mean, these ships are armored pretty good. It's the same on both of them. But see, the interesting part is the conning tower has 457mm of armor. That's pretty cool, I think. And then the roof of those conning tower is 197mm of armor, which is pretty decent. The casemate armor on this aftward, on the back of the casemates, is 387mm on the turrets, 457mm of armor underneath of it, I believe. Yeah. Okay, now here we go. 409mm armor belt, and then right above that is 38mm of armor. You can angle against just about anything. You could bounce Yamato shells off this all day. Just don't go broadside. Just don't. It's not worth it. Your deck is 38mm, so if you're too far out, any plunging fire from a German battleship or another American battleship's going to go straight through and citadel you. Just saying. The top of the turret armor is 229mm, and then the rear plate of the turrets is 305mm. And then the sides of the turrets is 254mm, and then the bottom plate that they spin on is 102mm. And then your frontal plate of your turrets is 457mm, and then the barbette armor is 51mm for the rotation mechanism for your bearing, and then 41 as the case armor, so that's what protects your turrets from detonation. And then your citadel bottom is 50mm, 259mm below the waterline for your citadel armor, and then 409mm armor belt also for the citadel. Yeah, like I said, just don't go broadside. And then the top citadel deck is 6 to 19mm thick. Citadel aftwards, so if you're running away from a Yamato and they go through the back of your ship, they will dev strike you. It is really easy. 324mm, 387mm of armor. It depends on how far away you are. Your torpedo bulkhead is 110mm to 180. And then your citadel on the front is 432mm to 457mm, but you still can get dev struck. Just letting you guys know. You guys need to know this stuff. And then the commander obviously is Azurlane, New Jersey. Andrew Cunningham is inspiration, and Nura Maki is inspiration. Flammable cannoneer, gyrating gel bits on second thought, and don't you just love it? Fight fire with fire. Now let's go take a look at her sister ship. Same commander and everything for Montana. And then here's Montana. See, here's all the loadout, concealment, and artillery plotting room. We'll go back and look at BA Montana. I forgot to show you guys that. See, it's the same on both. And they're basically identical twins. And see right here, you just have the spotting plane. You also got the fighter, and then you have your secondary booster. And then here's all the camos I got. I got the standard, I got the stars and stripes, and also got the behemoth of the depths, which is the Halloween camo. I don't use it because I don't like it that much. Well, 1 second, my controller messed up. But it's the same anyway. See, 19.4 kilometer range. It's actually a little bit better. The regular Montana is 28.5 reload time, 34.46 second turret traverse. It's got better gripping, 2.08, 120.1 meters at max range vertical, and then max range horizontal is 200.1. Medium range max is 34.6, and then max range medium horizontal 57.7 meters. 5700 HE shell damage, 820 meter per second muzzle velocity, fire setting chance 36%, armor penetration 68 millimeters, and then damage is a little bit better, 14,580 on regular Montana, 762 muzzle velocity, which is meters per second, 848 millimeter armor penetration at point blank, 494 millimeters at max range, 45 degree minimum ricochet angle guaranteed, 60, 33 second fuse timer, and you have to penetrate at least 68 millimeters of armor for it to go off. Same secondaries, it's all identical. I mean, you can pause and look over it, but it's the same. Generally, AA defense is the same. All of it, you can pause, take a look over it. The only difference here is this: 16.6 rudder shift time. That's the difference. Engine spool up time's a little bit worse, 23 seconds. Reverse engine spool up time's 11, 7 knot speed. Multiplier threshold 7 knots, and then the reverse is 9 knots, 28.8 knot, and then 950 meter turn a circle. A little bit worse on regular Montana, the OG Montana. This is the one you can get for free though in the Bureau. You can research it. As soon as you complete the tutorial in the game, you should be able to start researching this. I mean, you might not get it right away because you have to unlock ships and complete daily tasks to speed it up. You could pay to speed it up, but it's not really worth it. Just go ahead and do it for free. We'll get to the armor in a minute. Here we are. The armor is exactly the same. There's literally no difference whatsoever. It's the same ship. But you can go ahead and take a look over it if you want to. And if you don't want to watch my video and look over it, you can always go into the Bureau and hit X on the Montana and view the ship and look at all these specs yourself before it upgrades. It's up to you guys. I appreciate the views though. Thank you for stopping by and viewing my video today. I know you didn't have to, and I really appreciate you. See, everything's the same on OG Montana. Long reach, above average main battery range, hit them before they can hit you. Guns aplenty, a high number of guns allows for a lot of damage from a single salvo. It's got 12 16-inch 45 caliber Mark 7 guns, above average base HP rating. One of the largest battleships in the world. She was slightly inferior to the Iowa class in terms of speed, but had more main guns and significantly stronger torpedo protection. Montana's armor was conventionally arranged and considerably reinforced. Year of design 1941. Her sister, let me go back over this. Full speed ahead, equipped with an engine boost, guns aplenty, high number. It's the same. The ship design is inspired by Takanashi Hoshino from Blue Archive, a laid-back and playful yet courageous student at Adios High School. I don't know how to pronounce that. I just butchered it. I can't speak tonight. Sorry. But that is BA Montana. And then here is it with the base commander. It changes everything just slightly. It gives you more health. See, survivability. Hang on, let me change the inspiration to Henry J. Hyde real quick. Now check this out. 105,390 hit points. If you want to go that route, you can. And you can also do the same on regular Montana. It'd be the exact same. If you want the maximum hit points you can get, I can see why you'd want that. 105,390. That's nothing to sneeze at. That's GK levels of hit points. It improves the range of the OG Montana a little bit too, but the damage is a little bit worse. 20.1 kilometers And then for BA Montana, it's 19.5 kilometer range. I mean, it just depends on how you want to set your commander up. I prefer Azure Lane, New Jersey, because I like damage. So you can also do it with the base commander, is all I'm saying. But yeah, let's get started with the matches with BA Montana here. And sorry guys, I didn't get a really good match because of my teammates, but I got a decent enough one to show you the power of these guns, and it's got really good armor. And basically you can brawl with just about anybody as long as you don't give up too much of your broadside and you don't give them that cheek. If you let them get through the cheek, they're going to death strike you, no problem. And that goes for any battleship: Colombo, Yamato, Conqueror, the Russian and the French legendaries, even the Defiance, the Alaska, the Puerto Rico can all death strike you, I believe. Vermont, Louisiana, you name it. Tomorrow, Monday, I will have a Louisiana versus Maine video because they are both Montana class battleships also, but I'll have a little brief overview of both of them at the end of this video because Maine and Louisiana are Montana sisters. And whenever I get Ohio, I'll do a comparison with her too, if I ever get her, because she's a Montana class also. Which, as you can see, these 16-inch guns are pretty good when they want to be. Good dispersion, relatively good accuracy. I love my Montanas, man. They're just on another level. I'll go ahead and let you guys watch this match. And I'll pick back up whenever these two matches are over with. And sorry, I just did it in AI, so I can give you guys a brief overview of how powerful these ships can be. And because I know Blue Archive will probably be coming back next year around the same time it did this year. So if you want to grab BA Montana, you can, or you can just go ahead and get the free Montana. I was just showing you the differences. It's nothing to really write home about. I mean, it's up to you guys. You make your decision based on all the information in the video. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you whenever we're looking at Maine and Montana.
敵巡洋艦を撃沈。戦果を確認してよし。戦場に火災が発生してるわ。早く対処を。方向よし。目標よし。あたし。
Good luck, everyone.
オペレーションスタート。勝利祝いのアイスとシャンパンの用意も片手まで行くわよ。 敵艦を発見。よっしゃ行くわよ。敵戦艦を発見。頼むわよ。戦場に火災が発生してるわ。早く対処を。前艦ちょっと火力支援を手伝ってくれない？指揮官煙幕を対応してくれない？戦場に火災が発生してるわ。早く対処を。指揮官対応完了よ。指揮官やったわね。私たちが優勢よ。勝利は目前よ。戦場に火災が発生してるわ。当然かしら。早く対処を。敵戦艦を撃沈。戦果を確認してよし。
Yeah, see that? That's just god-awful teamwork here. The teammates were not helping. They did not care. They just wanted to steal all the health off the battleships. They wasn't worried about the destroyers or cruisers. But here's the Louisiana. Let's go ahead and take a look at her. She is a Montana class also. And we have Commander Riker for her. Has torpedo planes, obviously. Specs. Hit points 96,300. Torpedo damage reduction 37%. Fire resistance 40. Torpedo aircraft is attack flight size 3. Squadron per size is 3. You get 6 of those in each squadron. Main battery is 406 2x3 50 caliber main guns, and then you also have one quadruple 406mm Mark 7 50 caliber main battery guns. But yeah, it's basically the same as Montana. Damage and everything, armor is the same. Of course, you have a flight deck, that's the only difference, and you're missing a turret. But you can look over the armor here if you want to. But it's all the same, as you can see. And then the overview, we'll get to that here in a minute. But see, you can tell it's a Montana hull just by looking at it down the side there. Looks just like Montana. Beautiful ships. The Montanas are beautiful. Tough, above average HP rating. Airstrike can request an automated air squadron that drops projectiles in the designated area. Big target, above average superstructure size. This was one of the options for completing the Montana class battleships. A flight deck at least 350 feet long was required to create a hybrid battleship carrier, which could only be done by removing the third turret. It was also suggested that a fourth turret be replaced with the quadruple gun turret to preserve her combat power. Year of design 1949. Captain Riker, Agile Seagull, Bird's Eye View, Sea Wings, and then Pegasus. Inspirations, we have Arthas the Cold and Captain Picard. That is my build for Louisiana, and it is also free. It's in the Bureau now. They added it with the 4th of July update. And now we get to the other Montana class battleship, which is Tier 8. It's free. It's in the American Tech Tree if you want to go ahead and grab it. And then I have the white and gold camo. I like how it looks. Survivability is a little bit less, 80,000. The guns are the same. The only difference is the front and aft turret are 2x2s. Other than that, the damage and everything is the same as Montana. Literally, it's all identical. You can look over here. Secondaries are the same. The AA is the same. The maneuverability is identical to the OG Montana. The concealment is the same as the OG Montana also. If you want to look over all this stuff, you can if you want to. I was just trying to give you a brief overview of it. But this is the real kicker here. The armor is identical to a legendary tier battleship Montana, but a tier 8. And tier 8 sometimes can play against tier 7, so it's where this ship really shines, is against tier 7s and tier 8s. Because everything at tier 8, I mean, you gotta go up against Musashi, but you can bounce those shells pretty easy with that 409mm belt. Just don't go broadside or you'll get blacked. But yeah, here's the armor. It's all the same as Montana. We've already went over this on the OG Montana and BA Montana. It's all the same. Long reach, above average main battery range, ironclad, above average armor thickness, greater resistance to all forms of armor penetration, superior AP damage, above average AP shell damage. Main is based on a pair of small studies conducted in July 1940 at the request of the U.S. Navy General Board to show what advantages might be gained from having guns in an equally distributed layout. Since the design didn't prove significant weight or cost savings, they eventually proceeded to a full 12-gun design. Azure Lane, New Jersey, same as the other ships. There is Maine. Thank you for stopping by.